Hello there. Today we are going to be talking about patriotism and support for one's country. The difference. Is there a difference? I think there is. So I came across I I didn't come up with this question. I came across this question when I saw that there was this when I was informed there was this uh competition, not competition, my mind's blanking, but it's a competition with a cash prize about who can do the best audio essay um, about how you are patriotic and supportive of your country. Um, First, this blew over my mind, and not like I couldn't grasp it, but it was like it felt like a generic question. I was like, okay, this is an underwhelming question. How are you supportive for one's country? How are you patriotic? Well, I'm patriotic in that I'm an American and I love America, and I'm supportive in that I'm an American and I love America. But as I thought about that answer sounds. I knew I knew it was a really bad answer because I was like, okay, it's a bad answer to a bad question, but it sounded really bad, much worse than the question. And I realized that as I was thinking over it, you have to divide of you have to think about why are they maybe they don't have a why, but is there a difference between patriotism and support? Yes, there is. Of course there is. I support China when I buy cheap Tupperware, silverware, stuff that they make, etc., etc., in China. I'm not patriotic for China though. I'm not. I'm just not. Because it's not my country. I don't even like China really that much. And I'm able to support a country without being patriotic, without really wanting to support that country too much. And to some degree, it's just reality. Um, but then, if that can apply to China, then that can also apply to the United States of America. Of I could be patriotic but not supportive. I could be supportive but not patriotic. I mean, I haven't laid out evidence that I've laid out evidence you can be supportive without being patriotic, but I haven't laid out evidence the other way around. But here's a really simple, or not evidence, but philosophy, um, reasoning. Reasoning is just because you support something, or just because you like something, doesn't mean necessarily you support it. Like um, I like a bunch of YouTubers. I don't buy their stuff though. I watch their stuff, and sure, that's supporting them. But there are also other things I like why I had to dig myself this pit. But quick example is I like sweets. I don't buy sweets that often because it's not a good investment of my money, and so I'm patriotic to chocolate companies, to Hershey, but I'm not I'm not ultimately very supportive of them. Um, in that I don't support them actively because I just don't buy from them that much. And that's it. That's an example. Maybe it's a bad example. I mean, sure, it's a bad example, but that's what you get when you just come up with something off the top of your head. Um, so now that that is out of the way of what is patriotism and what is support, and then what is how do they interact with each other? I started going to the meat of what this essay was about because it was about how am I patriotic and how am I supportive. It's kind of hard to like I'm patriotic because I grew up here. I love this country. Like they're a bunch of answers and they sound cheap. Maybe they're the best answers because they are actually direct. I gave some answer about how I am patriotic and I thought it was an okay answer. Maybe I should just go simpler. Simpler is better. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, like I said just a minute ago, um, I'm gonna move on to the what I wrote. And it was not what I wrote, but how I like how I what the thoughts that it caused me to think about. And it caused me to first think about how I could be more supportive of my country because as I was thinking about it, I didn't like how I would say, oh, I've been not very supportive of my country. I've been somewhat supportive, but I haven't been actively supportive. I'm in high school. Of course, I'm not I'm not making two words that I shouldn't have used. Not shouldn't have used, but two words. I'm not making laws. There we go. I'm not making laws. I'm not. I don't have a government job. Um, I don't have any of those stuff. I'm just doing school and then getting through. But the question is how am I supportive? And I can't just say I'm not supportive at all because I believe that I am. Um, but then it also I can't just say that I believe I am supportive without saying why I believe. I believe that I'm supportive because I've defended the ideals of America, the funding values from other people, um, and I believe that that's patriotic enough. Sure you're fighting for your country, you're not giving your life though, but you're fighting for it. Um, but then as I was filming the first take of this, I realized how could I be more patriotic? And that really got me thinking of how can you embrace the spirit more of America? And that was really all I wanted to share. I was really happy that I thunked that up, um, and I just wanted to share that. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching to the end. Please hit that like button, maybe share it, subscribe. Uh, have a nice day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you, and God bless.